steps and figuring out what's going forward in your life and where you're moving to. So tell me about it. What's your spiritual activist about?
So it's really teaching people how to transform. Jen and I do a lot of the same work, but it's helping people transform that fear, all of their limiting beliefs, and moving them into a space of being who they're supposed to be on a soul level. So taking them to that place. And then I'm an intuitive harpist, so I actually use music as well to do that.
Okay. Is this your own business that you run, or
it's
is this
my
just
own?
something
Yep,
you do?
I have a business called Harmonic Spirit. I've had it for probably over 10 years, and I'm a clinical hypnotherapist by trade. So that's kind of my background, and I sold my brick and mortar to go online.
Jen's back, so she takes over.
No, I love seeing all the relationships created. Let me know. I do have a wonky internet connection because I'm at my mom's house while my kids aren't in school.
Can you hear us now, Jen?
Can you not hear me? Am I wonky?
You want to say hi to Sharon? How are you? Just want to acknowledge you being on the call. Hey,
am I still wonky, guys? Or can anyone hear me?
Call, but her audio is having issues, so she's coming in and out of meetings. How are you? So I just want to check in and see how our group is going to do today, and I was going to be pretty quiet.
She must be having technical difficulties.
Yeah, her audio, something's going on, so hopefully she gets it corrected. I see Veronica's on the call. Shaunace's on the call.
Leslie.
And one other person's on the call. I think Leslie. You guys know each other pretty well. So when Jen gets back, hopefully she'll be able to.
Don't go anywhere. She says, I'll figure this out.
We are
I hear you.
And we are resourceful. And I will just find another place in the house that has internet. Because we are doing this.
Good morning.
Okay. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm so excited you all are here, and I know everyone and my newest clients here, so this is super exciting. So hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to my little Faith Over Fear masterclass, whatever you want to call it. Was already doing this for my clients, so just figured why not open it up to everybody and share a little love and spread a little really what you're doing and what you need to stop doing and how to overcome this fear that society is instilling into us, right? And how we can overcome that. So I don't think there's anyone that doesn't know me, but just for the sake of the recording, which I am recording now, my name is Jennifer Pruitt. I'm the creator of Design Your Mind, Design Your Life. It's kind of an intricacy between manifesting and designing. I have been studying it for 4 years, and what I have learned is there is a lot of people that are teaching you how to manifest without teaching you the belief process behind manifesting or behind creating. And so we are at a perfect time in our life to create opportunities for us instead of giving into the fear, choosing the faith. So I have built 2 6-figure online businesses. I'm very excited to ramp up my business and help other mompreneurs create 6-figure businesses because I truly believe that this is the best time to do that. So let me just kind of gather up my notes here. I'm a conscious co-creator, so I use the word universe. You can feel free to use source or energy or God or anything that feels in alignment with you. I use them all interchangeably, and I believe in the power. So I want to start off kind of in a basic kindergarten kind of topic, like just keep it super, super vanilla on the surface. 1, does everybody know that thoughts are things? I know it sounds silly, but if you don't understand that, and I didn't understand it for probably 6 months to a year to really understand it at my core. So it's totally okay if you're like, Jen, I've seen the meme shared. I have no idea what you're talking about. That's okay, because I'm going to show you that thoughts are things. But I just want you to know right now, every single result in your business, in your life, in your health, started first from a thought. And number 2 is you are a vibrational being first. Now, that can sound a little elusive and out there for some people, and I totally get that. So again, we're just going to kind of keep it very vanilla today. If you were to just take a microscope at the deepest level, every piece of matter is an energetic, there's an energetic vibration. There's a frequency, and humans are the same. And what happens, and what took me so long to understand, is our thoughts actually have a frequency. They carry a vibration. So depending on where your thoughts are and where your focus is going to create for you that perceived reality. And so I do a lot with manifesting, I do a lot with designing, but the whole premise, which goes back to the Bible, goes back to books, goes back to manifesting, is ask, believe, receive. We all know how to ask. We're all asking for more toilet paper. We're all asking for food on the shelves. We're all praying for health. We're all asking for our kids to go back to school. We are all asking. You have to go through some things like we are going through now, because that is how the universe expands. And I'm not going to get all into all of that piece of it, but here is what I want you to understand. And the easiest way that I remembered is Mother Teresa has a quote that says, "I will never go to an anti-war rally, but I will always attend a pro-peace rally." So what that really means is, if I have this stick, right, and the green is what I want, and the other end is what I don't want. But we think that we're bringing attention to the green. But no, I want money. And the whole time we're feeling broke, right? We're energetic beings first, and our thoughts are creating a vibration. So even though we're focused over here on health, we're sharing everything that we don't want. We're sharing all of the grocery stores being empty. We're sharing all of the updates from websites I've never even heard of. We are posting about selfish people trying to build their business in a time like this. That is all bringing negative energy. There's no pro-health about any of those posts, any of those complaints. It's victim mode, to be completely honest with you. And you're literally saying, I want negativity, because it's not what we want. So we have to take a look at what do we want. I posted an affirmation today. I am healthy, right? I am pure health. This too shall pass. It's a thing that we're going through. This is the evolution of life. So because of the unwanted side, there will be good that comes out of this, right? Whether it's more research, the vaccine for it, better knowledge on how this is spreading, whatever that is for humanity, the focus on what is not wanted will bring about results that will be beneficial to our life. But on the flip side of that, if we're sitting here and complaining and sharing everybody's, oh my God, the world is going to end, we better live in fear, you are only bringing into your consciousness that which you do not want, which is fear and anxiety, and what am I gonna do? And oh my God, my kids are home for 2 weeks. How am I gonna be in lockdown with, my husband's home too? Like all of this stuff that's like, okay, totally hear you, right? Get it? We are all experiencing some challenges, but we all get to decide for ourselves how we are going to experience this. There's this quote about, if you want to change the world, it starts with under your roof, right? We can only choose how we respond to what's happening. We cannot control the schools closing, so we can respond with our children. My mom opened up her daycare to help the kids that are at my daughter's school. I'm over here working because my kids are downstairs and she's got extra kids. So we're just adjusting, right? This book right here saved my life. It's called The Magic. And I didn't know why, because I didn't know that thoughts were things. So again, everyone knows most of my story, but I'm just going to share a quick recap. When I got into real estate investing was my first online pursuit. And in the first 6 months, after spending the $30,000 and getting the coaching and the mentors and the systems and all of the things, right? And I was doing all of the right actions. But 6 months into my first flip, 2 flips I had, ended in foreclosure, ended with $150,000 loss, owing family members, friends of family members money. Every credit card bill was maxed out. I didn't have 2 pennies to rub together. And I had no idea that it was my inner conversation that was creating that result. It wouldn't have mattered who I partnered with. It wouldn't have mattered what action item I took. I would have failed, which I learned now was the best thing that could ever happen to me, because it's how I became who I became now, which is understanding, how the hell did I create that? Wait, you mean I need to take responsibility? It's not, thank God I forgot his name. How cool is that? Rick's fault, because he did a Ponzi scheme on me, and the hard money lender, they wouldn't let me refinance the house, and I couldn't fire sale it and get all my money back. All of these external things we're blaming, right? That's all blame and shame. But when we take a look at our inner conversation, when we're all alone in our shit, because sometimes it stinks and you're like, what really happened? Like, what really happened? And I had to take a look at my inner conversation, which was, who the hell do I think I am to be an HGTV house flipper? Who do I think I am that I could make $30,000 on a flip? This is insane. All of these things created the outcome. It created the universe, co-created, right? My fear, my anxiety, my overwhelm, every thought that I created in the 6 months of panicking, like, oh my God, I picked the wrong mentor, all of these red flags. And at any moment I could have made a new decision. But guess what I did not have? I did not have a mindset mentor. I did not have these tools. I had the tools. I had the action tools that said, you need a bigger buyer's list. You need to go get more deals under contract. You need to go door knocking to get the deal. And I'm not saying any of that's wrong, but what I'm saying is, if you don't understand what is happening up here, you are going to fail. And it's okay to fail. You're going to fail regardless. I don't want you to fail $150,000 failure, right? I want you to master your mindset, to understand that you have beliefs that you have no idea still. I mean, I still have them coming up for myself. And it's so silly because I know the work. But you guys, I have 2 mindset mentors. Like, I even had one yesterday because I'm going through some stuff, and she was like, you're being a victim. And I was like, oh, like, I'm a freaking mindset coach. But when you're sitting in your own junk, you don't see it, especially when you have other clients. And it's so easy for me to fix everyone else's stuff. I'm like, oh, I can see your challenge. I can see your belief. I can see here, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But in my own, I'm like, oh, I don't want to look at it sometimes. But we have to, you guys, we have to. So I want to talk about something my coach taught me, which is called the 5 primary drivers. I'm only using 4 of them. I actually drew them on this really cool board, but I know we're kind of, oh yeah, I got all messed up in my transition, but that's okay because boom, look at how artsy fartsy I am. I know I could share screen and get all technical, but this is just proof that you can make 6 figures and draw on paper. So everyone write this down. Starts with think and believe. So a belief is just a thought that you continue to think over and over and over and over. If you want to get technical, it's created a neural pathway in your brain. But the good news is you have neuroplasticity, so you can create new. Okay, so when we think and believe, we feel. So the coronavirus is not causing you fear. What you think about the coronavirus is causing you fear. So let me say that again. The virus, the lack of toilet paper, the empty shelves, the crazy posts that everyone's, none of that is causing you fear. Reading it and thinking the thoughts that you currently are programmed right now, it's not good, it's not bad, it's good news, your brain's working, but that is creating the fear for you. So from the feelings, you have actions. And it's in a nice little circle. I don't know how good you guys can, I guess I can rewrite it. I mean, sheesh Louise. We can get fancy here. Thinking, belief, results. Oh, I'm missing here, feelings. Everything starts with a thought. Everything starts with a thought. Now, these are your actions. So if you're thinking, I could get this virus, I can't make any money staying at home, I might get laid off, right? All of the worries that are not going to help you. There's no creative in that. There's no universal guidance in that. That's all panic. That's all old programming. It's junk. We just have to learn how to say, hold on. And I'm going to teach you, after this, I'm going to teach you why you're having those thoughts. Okay, so if you're feeling that way, what actions do you think you're taking? You're the one buying all the toilet paper, or panicking that the toilet paper's gone, or that you're not going to have food next week. Or, you know, kids stay, again, I'm just relating what's happening in my universe. It may be different for each and every one of you based on the jobs that you have in the industries that you're in, whether or not you can create 6 figures online, or, you know, your job, what's going on in your job. I have a girlfriend, one of my clients, she's in San Francisco, and she called me last night because she's flying to Arizona this weekend. And she's like, how's Arizona? And I said, I don't know. And she was like, well, what do you mean? And I said, I'm not keeping up. I didn't even know that we were in a state of emergency. I found out through like overhearing it or something. And she was like, how do you not know? And I was like, because I did tell her I probably should educate myself a little tiny bit, but I have my mom that's like, doesn't miss the news, so I'm good. But I'm not giving into something that I need to panic. I know that I'm vibrating at a high level. I know that I'm vibrating health. I know that the universe has everything that I create, everything in my best interest. So I'm just choosing to live in my online bubble with my girls and our happiness. And I've got a fiance that takes care of the other stuff, and I'm good, right? So whatever you're feeling is going to create those actions. And then those actions are going to create those results. So a lot of people right now are in fear of the unknown. Here's the good news though, growth happens in the unknown. It will never happen in the known. It can't happen in the known. You've got to experience some sort of discomfort and unknown in order for growth to be birthed, in order to launch. If you listen to Abraham Hicks, we're all launching rockets of desire right now, right? It's like going through the rain to experience the sun. It's just a little bit of rain, it'll be fine. If you choose, it will be fine. Now these results, depending on what you thought, are going to reinforce this. Okay, so here is the good news. You can think of new thoughts. Now you might say, yeah, right, Jennifer. I've been thinking this way for 40, 50, 60 years. You can't just think a new thought. And you are right. You can't just think a new thought overnight and have it materialize the next day. If you could manifest that quickly, it would be insane and you wouldn't want it all to come down barreling on you anyway. This is a process of repetition. This is a process of building your muscles. Your mind is a muscle. You do need a coach. I don't care if it's me, but you better get one. I have two. You need accountability. You need a mastermind, right? You need something. Okay, some more learning. Brain. You're born with a brain. God gave you a brain. Its brain will do actually 4 functions. And I want to tell you right now, your brain is wired for survival. Your brain is wired. I love how much notes you're taking, Brenda. I could feel your energy through this thing. I'm like, note takers are money makers, and she is going to town. It gets me all excited. So I just wanted to recognize you for that, because I was like, oh, I see her writing over there. I must be saying something good. Okay. Your brain is wired. It will actually do 4 things. The first thing is it will avoid pain at all costs. Write this down, guys, because if you see pain in anything, it will avoid it. Your brain will tell you that's scary, that's not safe, we can't do it, people will judge us, all kinds of things that are not true. It will seek pleasure. Now that's a good thing, because when we were cavemen and women, it taught us how to eat, how to procreate, how to create warmth, right? The men used it to survive. They used it to hunt and gather and all of that survival needs. We don't need it anymore, but that is the brain that God gave us. It will conserve energy. So conserving energy comes from the neural pathways. When you learn something brand new, when you're a baby and you're walking for the very first time, your brain makes the connection, oh, this takes a lot of energy to learn, and I see you've been doing this for about 3 months. I'm gonna go ahead and create a pathway for you. You can go learn something new. So now you've learned how to walk, and now you've learned how to eat, and you're learning your ABCs, and you're learning your 1, 2, 3s, you're brushing your hair, you're brushing your teeth. Now, think about when you learned something, and driving your car is a perfect example, because we can all remember sitting with that one person and being so conscious of where our hands are, all the mirrors, how fast are we going. It took a ton of energy, right? Could you imagine if you lived life like that, doing every single thing like that because we didn't conserve energy? So it's a good thing. Here is the challenge and opportunity. Our brain, excuse me, has created neural pathways that are not doing you a service. They've created a snooze neural pathway. They've created an overeating neural pathway. They've created a negative self-talk pathway. They've created an I am stupid, I'm not enough, I'm not a worthy, they're doing it better, comparanoia, right? I don't have the answer. All of these I am statements that our brain tells us that are lies, by the way, we have been saying for so long. What's a belief? It's a thought that you think over and over and over and over. It's not true, you guys. That's the best news ever. None of it's true. But we do have to uninstall our old hard drive and plug in a new one. And that does not happen overnight. That happens with repetition, with systems, with accountability, with coaching, all of that stuff. So the last thing that your brain will do is find the answer. If you ask your brain, why am I not as far along? Your brain will find the answer. It will lie to you. It will say, because you're not good enough, because you're not smart enough, because you're not visible enough, because you don't have the right systems, because you need the next list, because you need the next thing, you need to do the next thing, you need to do the next thing. But when we learn how to ask ourselves better questions, how do I create a 6-figure business this year? How do I make 10 grand in this month? Do I have the vehicle, right? Start from the very freaking beginning. Do I have the vehicle to create 10 grand this year? If the answer is no, where do I get the vehicle to create 10 grand this year? We're in a perfect opportunity to online market, just saying. You guys, I built my entire business organically with Facebook. I don't pay a dime for ads. I'm not good enough at copy for that stuff yet. Sherry's gonna figure that out for me though, hopefully. But our brain will find the answers that we ask it. So we're gonna do something called a thought model. This is what I do with my customers, my clients, my peeps. We're gonna do one with you so that you can see how simple, but not easy this is. And I'll tell you right now, all my clients, their homework is to write for 3 minutes every single night. I did a post about this a few weeks ago about it's more important to reflect than it is to goal set. Oh, rocking out over there. Okay, everyone's muted. I just want to make sure the line is clean for the recording because I'm going to send this out. Okay, so I use the same one because everyone, if you didn't experience this, you know someone who did. You're 5 years old and a Chihuahua bites you. And it created, oh my God, dogs are scary. Right? You're 5, the dog's the same size as you, and you are now creating the feeling of fear. You can't be around dogs. Dogs are scary, dogs are fearful. Now, is it true? No. Here's why. Write this down. For something to be true, it has to be true 100% of the time, no matter what. Fact. Fact is fact. Are dogs scary? No. But for this little 4-year-old girl, dogs are scary. So she grew up feeling fear anytime she saw a dog. She created the actions. She stayed away from all dogs. She never owned a dog. She didn't date anyone that had a dog. She grew up never owning a dog. She's probably a cat lady now. But now she's 25 years old and she believes dogs are scary. She's created a neural pathway because she has told it to herself time and time and time and time and time again. Now, our brains will find the answer. If you have the belief dogs are scary, it will go and find the evidence. Pink elephant. Everyone can see a pink elephant because your brain goes, oh, visual image, pink elephant. You can't not see a pink elephant. It's a reticular activator for my science peeps. So when you have these beliefs that are driving your actions on a day-to-day basis, you can take a look right now in your business, in your health, in your relationships, in your parenting, in your contribution to society. Every single result started with your thought first. Now, okay, Jen, I hear you. But I really do need to, I really don't know everything. I really don't have clarity. That's one I get because I help my clients get clarity. So Jen, I hear you, but I don't have clarity on what I want to create. Okay. If you did have clarity, what would that be? Well, I just told you I don't know. Okay, if you did know, your brain, I'm telling you, you just keep asking it, your brain will go search for that answer and it will say, well, I know I want to work from home. Perfect. Look at that. We've got a little bit of clarity because we just kept digging into our mindset. See, when we don't take the time to do this work on paper, your thoughts, 60,000 of them, by the way, if you don't know this, write this down. Your brain has 60,000, I think some even say 60,000 thoughts a day. And 90% are the same thoughts as yesterday. 60,000 thoughts. If you don't take the time to do the thought model and write the work out, you cannot think your way to success. I know it's called Think and Grow Rich, but I have held Think and Grow Rich masterminds. There is work to do in that book. I have the workbook. There wouldn't be a workbook if there wasn't work to do. You cannot think your way to wealth. You have to create it. It starts in the mind, absolutely. But if your mind is 60,000 thoughts a day of why you can't do it, why it won't work, why you need the next thing, why you need to do XYZ and move here and do this and do that, right? We get to decide how we respond to everything. So if you were my client and we were doing the dog analogy, I would say, okay, dogs are scary. Is it true? Can you say that again? Oh, Miss Veronica, I talk so fast, baby. Can you give me, you will get the recording, but if you could give me a little of what I just said, I would love to answer your question, or I will call you after this. If you were my client and we're getting through, oh, I know, probably clarity, right? Asking yourselves questions to get through the clarity piece. So if you did know what you wanted to create, well, I don't know, Jennifer. I don't know what I want. Okay, but if you did, remember, your brain will go find the question if you don't give up on asking it. But this is where you have to put pen to paper, and no, not fingers to keyboards. You will bypass your subconscious mind, or bypass your conscious mind. I'm sorry, your subconscious will be typing away. Your conscious mind won't even align with what you're thinking and what you're creating. So you've got to put pen to paper. What do I want to create? What do I need clarity in? What am I creating in my life? If you say, I don't know, if I did know. And a lot of times it's literally starting. I know when I first built the coaching business, I was like, I don't know if I want to do group. Do I want to do one-on-one? Do I want to do workshops? Very grateful I do not speak from stages right now because people can't go speak. What do I want to do? Okay, yes, Veronica, I will go back to that too. So I had to write down, well, I don't want to work 8 hours a day. Perfect. You want to work 3 to 4? Yeah. Okay, write that down. I don't want to work from a co-op space, or I do want to work from my home because I do work from my home or my mom's home or wherever my laptop can get Wi-Fi. Okay, perfect. Write that down. I do want to be able to take my daughter to school and pick her up every day. Perfect. Write that down. The more that we talk to our brain and write it down, the more that we start co-creating. The universe gives you everything that you think. Look at your results, my loves. Whatever you are thinking is created. Miss Veronica, you have 60 to 80,000 thoughts in a day, and 90% of them are the same thoughts as yesterday. So your mind is a muscle. Your neural pathways are their own individual muscle. Can you go to the gym and expect a six-pack after 3 workouts? No. Your mind is no different. Your brain is no different. You have to create the neural pathways. The reason that we write our goals, our intentions, I don't like to use the word goals. I do goal setting with my clients, but we call it intentions, because if you set an intention and you don't give up on it, you will hit it, right? People are triggered around the word goal. So we set intentions. If you have your goal, your intention written down, and you're looking at it like Think and Grow Rich states, I just wrote another one this morning. What do you think will manifest out of that? What you are creating. If you're reading that and you're creating the feelings and you're doing the visualizing and all of the things I walk my clients through, then you will come out with, I call it 2.0, Jennifer 2.0. Who is Jennifer 2.0? Who has shared, oh, are my 2 people on here? I got Connie and Jessica in the middle of my 6-week to 6-figure and 6-week mastermind, and they are creating their 2.0 this week. Matter of fact, it better be done by tomorrow night. You have to create it first in your mind. Now you will start to see, this is the beautiful, beautiful part I love about my business, right? I have 6 weeks, 6 figures in 6 weeks, or 6-figure foundations in 6 weeks. I don't even know what it's called. I don't care. But I know what it is, right? Everything that I teach will work in any area of your life. If I could teach a whole money manifesting course. You're broke because you're focused on the wrong end of the stick. You're focused on paying your bills begrudgingly and not super jacked up that you just spent $500 on your dream truck. My truck is my dream truck, so that's always my, like, I love paying my truck payment. In fact, I plan on paying that baby off in the next 2 months, so that's super exciting for me. But I'm not going, oh, I gotta make this truck payment, right? It's not the money that has the energy, it's your frequency that's in that money. Money is neither good nor bad. Money is money. Money is a tool, money is a resource. Money does not buy happiness, but money contributes to your happiness. So if you have that belief that money doesn't buy happiness, switch it to money contributes to my happiness, because you will not make money because you think that it's bad to have millions and millions and millions of dollars and be healthy, and be happy and healthy. Some people believe they can't have it all, right? That's where we create our I am affirmations with emotion. Now, here's the other caveat and the other challenge that I see to this, and we'll just kind of use the fear and love coronavirus as an example, because I kind of went into the businessy side of it, but the whole thing is fear-based because of your thoughts, and I wanted to teach you how your thoughts are creating the fear. The virus is the virus. The virus is a flu. The virus is what it is. We cannot control what we cannot control. We can choose to respond with love to other people. We can choose to love our bodies. Let me remind you, if you did not know this, your bodies are trillions with a T of cells, creating millions in seconds, I believe, right? So if you're creating and raising your vibration on every single day, you're creating a healthier body every single day. Your body knows how to heal itself, including all of the miracles that you see around the world. You can call it God. That's okay. You can call it universe. You can call it belief. You can call it willpower. That's the beautiful thing. It's all true. It's all you setting that intention. I'm not going to let this beat me. I'm not going to get sick. I am going to focus on health. I am going to eat the right foods. I am going to think the right thoughts. I'm going to watch the right shows. I was watching Scrubs. I did a post yesterday about, make me laugh, what's your favorite sitcom? Have you guys ever heard of people that have cancer and they hole up in a cabin for 3 months and just laugh their ass off and they go back to the doctor and they've got no more cancer? Dr. Joe Dispenza. Google that amazing man. He is incredible. I have 2 of his books, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself and something like Becoming the Supernatural. But the best way to explain it, guys, is when you're a kid and you get a scratch or you get something happens and maybe you put a Band-Aid on it, maybe you don't, but a few days later it's gone. You didn't do anything. There's a frequency there. There's a higher intelligence. There's a higher power. There's an energetic force. And it's also behind your decisions and it's behind your thoughts. And it's creating everything in your life. Nothing is good and nothing is bad. Everything is the meaning that you give it. Dispenza, D-I-S-P-E-N-Z-A. Dr. Joe Dispenza. You can YouTube. His stuff is incredible. I bought his course. It was a lot of meditation, but it was incredible. I learned a lot about my own body. He healed his own body with the power of visualization. Yeah, incredible man, incredible man. So I will open this up now. Feel free to just unmute yourself. And if you have any questions about anything that we've gone over, I'll put my link in if you guys want to talk about the next mastermind that starts next Thursday. I love this. I never stop learning. You have given me so many ideas to create more. Yay! You and I are going to create together, Brenda. We're going to figure that out. We can do a joint venture mastermind because you do the intuition stuff and I'm more of like the harder, coach. I still do it with love. Okay.
The yin and the yang, right?
Uh-huh.
We're the yin and the yang.
Yeah, totally. In fact, if you guys don't know, put your link in here, Brenda. Brenda has her own Facebook group, Your Soul on Tap, and she does readings and all kinds of stuff that I'm still learning about myself. But yeah, throw that in there for people that like to, you know, here's the thing, you guys. I'm not the end-all be-all coach. Brenda's not the end-all be-all coach, but when you hang around and when you mastermind the people that all believe in the same thing, she has a different message. She has a different purpose, right? She has her own intuition. She has her own genius, right? It's not mine, but we share the same beliefs. We actually have the same coach. That's how we met. We mastermind together on how to combine our messages so that we can help more people, because she's going to speak in a way that will resonate with some of you and vice versa. And so there's no such thing as competition. You don't ever want to worry about, oh my gosh, she's on here. Oh, we have the same coach. She's probably going to try and sell my people her product. Oh my, you guys, that doesn't exist. That is a thought that you could potentially think. But I promise you right now, if we are all creating whatever wealth means to you, and whatever financial freedom means to you, there is no person, and we'll just call it over 6 figures, there is no person that has an over 6-figure business that's looking to the left and looking to the right saying, oh my God, that's my competition, and feeling stuck or feeling like their competition. True abundance is true abundance. If I'm a channel because Sherry is, you know, resonates with Brenda and they start working together. Matter of fact, Delia's on the call, and Delia, Brenda's been calling you. So Delia, this is Brenda. Brenda, this is Delia. But I don't ever worry about that, because I know that the universe will bring me who I am meant to work with and who I am meant to transform and be with, and vice versa. So anyway, yeah, Brenda, I'm super excited about breakfast tomorrow, because we got some lives to change. All right. Does anyone have any questions about anything that we talked about? What's next? I'm going to send everyone an email with the recording. I'll put in the price and the information about the next mastermind. It is a 6-week course, and we do this. It is only 10 people. It's just like this. There's 11 people on this call. These are limited to 10 people. I could squeeze an 11 in. Because I can literally go, Veronica, do you have questions? Hey, Eric. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Veronica. Right? And you cannot hide from me. I will force the transformation out of you. As long as you show up, I tell all my clients this, as long as you show up for you, I will show up for you.
So I got a quick question. The Fear Base, is this every Tuesday? It's Tuesday. Every Tuesday at 11?
So
this right here, what we're doing now.
No, this is what you've already been a part of, which is the one-on-one coaching with my clients. I just opened it up this week to the public to share. I was already going to share the same message and thought, you know what, why don't I just share it with whoever wants to hear it? Yeah, I'm learning how to sexify mindset. So I thought, you know what, people are going over choosing fear or faith, and they don't understand that you have the opportunity. You can choose faith. You can choose to come from a place of love. You can choose to respond in a way that's proactive. You're washing your hands. You're keeping your kids home. You're doing all of the common sense things. We're not hoarding away from our neighbors, right? All of those things that bring community, that bring oneness. We can choose to look at this from that perspective. What can I learn from this? Who can I give back to? How can I grow? How can I make more money in my mastermind? I have an online business, guys. It's what we do. Eric, did you have a question? I noticed you unmuted.
Hey, Jen, I'm just happy for you. I wanted to tell you thanks for all the mom entrepreneurs you're working with out there. I'm doing the same thing kind of with a group in my landmark training that got canceled. So I'm taking a crew over and doing some leadership training and things like that with them. as I focus on my real estate career more and then do leadership groups.
Yeah.
So what I was going to offer you is like, there's some women that will be in this group that I run. I'll probably send them your way if they want to do some entrepreneurship and stuff like that. So I just wanted to add that value out there for you and just keep on going in whatever you're doing in life. So don't have questions. I'm doing the same mindset work. You know that.
Yeah.
Same mindset work that I've been doing in the past. So I just want to check in today, see how you're doing and what's been going on with you. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate you coming. And I do have a referral system, so I can text you offline about that.
Yeah. You can text me. I don't care. But I just thought this is someone that I can see value for certain women that are in my group or Landmark and other people that they closed everything down, but I'm still doing my leadership stuff with people within this group. Okay.
Yeah, we have such an amazing opportunity to reach out to people. So thank you. All right. Anybody else have any questions? Brandy, Delia, Leslie. All my Veronicas in the world.
No questions. It's Brandy. So no, just I think it's a good message because like right now it's like every day in entrepreneurship, we have our days where we're like, everything's going to be fine. And then the next day you're like, my hair is on fire. Like, what are we going to do? And I know I'm definitely feeling the pinch being in real estate because of all the uncertainty, but I just kind of have to know that I'm blessed that I had a few things already in the pipeline. I've already got a couple of buyers that when this is over, you know, we're going to continue to work together. So, you know, just kind of cultivating that positive mind shift and, focusing on the things that we can do. There's a lot of things that we can't do, but there's a lot of things that we can. You know, we can stay connected. We are, you know, it's like first world problems, right? We are blessed to be in a society, in a country that we have access to internet. We, you know, like being locked up in our houses, quote unquote, and we're not. We can still go to the store if we need to.
Yeah.
You know, we can still go to the park. We can still go hiking. We just have to practice common sense. And I think that's the message that sometimes I think a lot of the people out there that are panicking, you know, forgot that message. I don't know. So focusing on that, focusing on the opportunity to have more conversations with family members, more conversations with, you know, potential clients or past clients, and just not necessarily like, hey, let me get your business, but hey, what can I do for you? What can I do to further serve you? And you know, so I've been keeping track of all the neighborhood groups and getting connected with my neighbors because in all honesty, I don't like know my neighbors. Like I walked outside and, you know, unless we're leaving and we just happen to catch, we'll wave, but never really had a conversation with them. But, you know, so I've been trying to be involved in my neighborhood group a little bit more and saying, hey, you know, if I'm out and about and I happen to see like baby wipes, because I know a lot of people are not able to go out and get baby wipes. You know, I picked up a couple of extra baby wipes and a pack of diapers, and the off chance that I saw somebody that might have a need and I can say, hey, you know, I have this, you know, this is cost, or in some cases like, hey, take this. Like you know, it was like $2 to me, like take it. It's not that big of a deal. And, you know, I was able to also, like this one person needed bleach and everybody's, you know, panic buying all the bleach and all the cleaning supplies. And this particular person needed bleach because she has an elderly grandparent that she takes care of, and that, you know, and then she has incontinence issues. So they have, you know, they have to utilize a lot of bleach to wash linens and, you know, those bed pads and things. And she was like so desperate. She went to Home Depot and bought like outdoor concrete bleach and was like, well, maybe I'll just dilute it and hopefully that'll be okay. And I'm like, ugh, not good.
Right.
So, you know, I saw a couple and I picked some up and I dropped it off at our house. And, you know, just like that one simple act was like the world to somebody. So, you know, wherever we can, I think it's our opportunity to just go out and focus on how we can connect and serve other people. And like you said, you know, what we put out into the universe, it comes back. And, you know, not that we want to do these things from a selfish perspective, like, okay, I put out all of these things, like come back to me. It's just, you know, it's just the heart that you give, like the attitude of gratitude, like you continuously say. It's like, this is the time that we can connect with our people and just focus. You know, we're all going to be in the same boat. So, you know, there's a lot of things that companies are doing right now that will assist those that, you know, are going to be having a hard time paying their bills because of the layoffs. But there's also maybe some other creative options. The grocery stores and Amazon are hiring temporary workers. So if you're temporarily displaced, I talked to the fries person and they said all shifts, $16 to $18 an hour.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh, maybe they need some overnight stocking help, even part-time. So, there's definitely some maybe creative options out there, if you have the means to do it. So.
Yeah, I love that. And you brought up a really good point, and I actually wrote it down, is we all have this intuition, right? We all have this internal guidance system. We have never been taught how to listen to it. For a long time, people don't even know what it is and they don't trust it. I know for myself, going through losing 150 grand, there was all kinds of red flags and all kinds of intuitional alarms going off saying, this is not good, this is not good, this is not good. But I didn't trust it. I didn't know what it was, right? I had my own beliefs, like this is just, and sometimes it is fear, but sometimes it's really an internal system that's telling you what to do. And even if it's saying, grab that last pack of diapers, understand that the universe, down to a centimeter of a centimeter of a centimeter of a centimeter, is aligning everything for each and every one of you based on what you think, as well as everyone in the universe. There is a oneness in the vibration. And if your neighbor needs diapers and you're at the store, there is going to be an alignment based on you having that need and someone else having to feel that, right? Sometimes we give just because it feels like she said, like someone needed food and I knew it and I went and I bought it. You're just using common sense. Every single human wants connection. Every single human wants connection. And now more than ever, we live in a world of social media where we feel disconnected. But again, that's a thought that you're thinking over and over. How could you create connection in the next 2 months? How could you have a game night with your neighbors if you chose to? How could you have a mastermind on Zoom? I live for my masterminds. I wish I could, I would love to just give them away for free, but the truth is you won't have a transformation, and that's just how it is. But if I could hang out on Zoom and just talk about this every single day for the rest of my life, maybe hang out at the beach every once in a while, like that's my ideal life. That is what I'm creating though. I'm literally only selling 2 programs, my mastermind, my one-on-one for 6 months, and that's it. I work like 3-4 hours a day. Like I'm intentionally creating my business, and it's all organically through Facebook. It's beautiful, but the universe knows it, and I wake up with intention. So let me leave off on this. If anyone doesn't have any other thoughts, Delia says, for anybody that wants to work out without going to the gym, I'm going to be doing some at-home workouts so you can all be safe. Yes, Delia also has a brand new Facebook group that we are going to start building. She's in the Mind Design Mastermind, and she has a group called Health is Wealth. It's a brand new group. So yeah, if you want to work out from home, I don't know if your gym's closed. I know Vasa did a deep cleaning, but I haven't gotten an email that says they're closed yet, but I also have not made the decision to go to the public gym. So that's a great opportunity for somebody. So thank you for sharing that, Delia. There was a thought I was just going to leave on, and I don't know what it is, but I'm going to bring it back to this. And anyone who joins the mastermind gets a copy of this book. I've already sent out over 70 books. And I know it sounds so silly, guys, but when you wake up and you look for fear, you will find it. If you look for worry, you will find it. If you look for illness, you will find it. This book is a 28-day gratitude challenge. I do have another Facebook group. I'm not very active in it any longer. I need to ramp it back up, but I need an assistant. It's called Greatness Through Gratitude if you're not in it already. I am going to go back to doing a gratitude challenge. It's 28 days. You guys, the chapters are like 2 pages. I have it memorized now, but I'm actually going back through it myself because there are definitely some areas that I could be more grateful in. And this is how it started. This is how it started for me. I created neural pathways when I lost 150 grand, and I didn't know that I was creating neural pathways. I just was intentional with being grateful that I had money in my account, that I was making wholesale deals, that I was creating a 6-figure business, that I had a mastermind, that I had all this stuff. And that raised my vibration. So illness is a vibration. We'll call it green, and we'll call health blue. So you get to decide, right? Where is your attention? If you're going to vibrate down, you're going to invite illness in. It's just how it works. There are people in the depression, in the recession, in the whatever else, West Nile and all the other illnesses that it never even touched them. It didn't touch their bank accounts. It didn't touch their health. It didn't touch their nothing, because they were vibrating at such a higher level. The universe took care of them. So I just want to challenge you guys to choose gratitude, to choose to see opportunity, to be mindful of what you're sharing. Ask yourself, is this an anti-sickness? If it's anti-sickness, you're bringing energy to the sickness. It's a weird thing. Even I'm guilty of it still. I'm like, oh shit, that wasn't, I created the wrong energy, right? I'm a work in progress. I'm a human being. But just be conscious of that moving forward. You get to choose how you respond to all of this. Thank you, Veronica. I gave her a copy of the book. She loves the book. She's going to start reading it again. Okay, so if anyone has any questions, let me know. I am starting the next mastermind next Thursday at 5 p.m. I will send out a link for that. You guys can have some information, or you can, you know what, I'll send up, you guys can book a call with me if you have any questions on anything. This is a free call, nothing crazy, but you can book there. Oh, that went to you, Veronica. Hi, everyone. There we go. Okay, and with that, I wish you guys health, wealth, and happiness. I thank you for joining me today. I know your time is precious, and I truly enjoy being on the call with you and sharing all of this stuff. So I love you all, and have an amazing day.
All right, love you too, Jennifer. Thank you. Happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day.